Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to It's Something to Do with Pete and Will. We promise it's something to do. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to It's Something to Do with Pete and Will.
Let's be honest. You probably weren't here the first time. It's fine. Welcome back.
we promise it's something to do.
This is probably your first and only time here. It's fine. It's fine. We're not worried about it.
My hair looks too.
No one gives a flying fuck. Let's go. Get into it.
You can't say fuck in the first 10 minutes.
Sure you can.
What's going on?
I was just telling you before we start rolling. I have only been sleeping for 5 hours a night, but not a consecutive 5 hours. And 5 hours that's like 10:30, 10:45 to like 1. Yeah. And then last night it was 4:30 to 7.
Well, I also wanted to.
That's how this is going.
We need to also say, please like and subscribe. That's the only way this is going to go anywhere, which it's having a hard time. I watched yachting videos and podcasts that are crushing us.
A yachting podcast?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you,
because those are about something. I watch I'm looking for a new car right now. We got to lease a new car, and I've been watching car videos that have got thousands of views. People really give a shit about the Volkswagen Tiguan or whatever the fuck. Right. But no, not this, because it isn't about anything. But we knew that going in.
It's about something.
It's about, we should have called it
something to do.
We should have called it nothing to do.
We're going to do the best we can.
For when you've got, I'll be honest, I'm working at about, sorry, I just almost nodded off there. 4% capacity right now.
Right. Yeah, I get that.
This is how it is. We're
but I was remiss when we had the last episode. McKenna did all the heavy lifting and she gave birth and all that stuff, and I just wanted to congratulate her as well and make sure that she knew that she was very congratulated and loved and
so congratulated.
Do you have any pizza?
We did eat the night that we got it. We ate 2 of them.
Perfect.
Because you said 6, and so now I could only fit 4 in the freezer. It's like, I guess we're eating these. These are what we're eating.
Oh, good.
They're good. I like the Chicago deep dish is good. It's good. Like Lou Malnati's, we've been there. It's McKenna went to school at IU. Her friends are all they're all, not all of them. Obviously, she grew up in Santa Monica, but high school, early childhood friends are here, but all of her college friends wound up going to Chicago. So we went there, and the first time we went, they were like, "You've never had deep dish pizza?" And then I ate it, and I was like, "Listen, I'm from the East Coast. Like, this is how we do pizza. This is a fucking cake. This is a pizza cake. This isn't pizza. I don't know what you've done. I don't know what this is, but it's good. I like it." But somebody described it as a casserole. It's a pizza casserole. And I think that's an apt description. I don't know.
Is that a thank you or?
Oh, I did thank you. And they are quite good. They are quite good.
Being facetious.
But yeah, the deep, you eat a few slices of that and you're like, holy shit. I can't keep my eyes open now.
It sounds like I'm virtue signaling. So what else? Like, how's the baby? What's the?
Oh man, baby is
hearing, everything's fine.
Well, I mean, it seems that we have our hearing test next week, next Wednesday.
But responding, everything.
He responds to sound. He responds to white noise. He responds to all that stuff, and definitely he startles when you make a loud noise. So on some level, he's hearing. And we had our 2-week follow up with a pediatrician yesterday, who said that they're not actually testing for the ranges of sound. It's actually like they pump a signal in, and then whatever the membrane is that resonates sound that makes the signal go to the brain, that first layer of it, they're responding to the sound bouncing off of it, which I thought was really interesting, because it's not like, oh, you can hear this range. It's like you can hear, it's like, it's functional, like that the thing is there and it's functioning the way that it should be. So they can't determine, you know, oh, this is what it sounds like, or these are the sounds he's responding to. It's just like, that membrane or whatever it is working. So he should be hearing fine. But it seems like he's hearing totally fine. All that aside, he is like, his sleeping is all over the fucking place. All over the place. We had a couple of good days where it was like, where he was like going to sleep at 8 o'clock at night and waking up at 1 or 1:30 or 2 o'clock one night. And then he would like sleep again until 5 or 5:30.
What's your role in that?
Oh, everything. I'm doing it. And my role is the role. I am feeding him with a bottle and then walking up and down the hallway. I have one hallway in my house, the hallway in my house until he falls asleep. It's like I'm walking like they say you're supposed to get 10,000 steps in a day. I'm walking 4,000 steps.
Yeah. Up
and down the length of my house, which
is that's what I did at work. I would just
like
rotate.
We have a little California bungalow. It's like 1,000 square foot home.
Yeah.
And I'm just walking up and down the main hallway in the house. A fucking like
$4 million.
2 o'clock in the morning. Until like 2:30, and then you lay him down and he realizes that he's not being held anymore. He's like, Mah! And then pick him up and walk him more. So that's my role.
Well, you look really good. And I said, I'm trying to be sweeter to you. It's
the light. You don't have to be sweet to me. I know what this is, dude. I know that if I relax for a second, this eye is going to just close. This is what I'm working with right now. This is my natural state.
You need one of these. Not sponsored.
But then, you know, like, and I'm trying to drink more water, because the first few days I was not drinking any water. It was just coffee to try to like stay awake and you know, manage. And then, you know, and then I don't feel good, and then I can't take a shit. So now I'm hydrating to try to get my body back to normal.
Oh my God.
How you doing?
I can't believe that you're going through all that. How am I doing? Fuck. I don't know.
Hey, you're fine. You're fucking fine.
It's fine. I got 2 kids. I went with them to the club for Memorial Day to go swimming, and so that was something. And then towards the end of it, I wasn't going to get in because I've gained a little dad bod weight. Mm-hmm. And then one of the other dad bods jumped in. And I was like, fuck it, I'm jumping in.
Yeah, fuck it.
So I jumped in and played with the kids for a while.
Nice
stuff like that.
Nice. What they like? They like being like thrown. Can you do that, or it's like a crowded pool?
No, there's nobody there.
Oh, it's not. Mm-mm. So do they like being thrown, or?
Yeah, they get on my shoulders and you do the out of the water.
That's fun. I can't wait for that.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And they are so excited to have, you know, dad in there with them, throwing them around or spinning them around and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I realized, my muscles didn't atrophy. I'm actually okay. Yeah, I can actually have 2 kids on my arms and spin them around the water.
Nice.
It was a good workout.
Good. I know that's the, like that, you know, I was telling McKenna, I feel like the first 2 months of having a baby are kind of like what I would imagine being on Wipeout would be. You're on an obstacle and you're like, okay, I think I got the hang of this one. And then something comes out of nowhere and pops you in the face and you take a dive into the water.
Yeah, but we shot that. Remember, like those people, we went out there into the,
I remember.
They shoot in the desert, and they have these little boxing gloves that come out of the wall and just punch you in the face.
That's what I'm saying. That's what having a newborn baby feels like.
Yeah.
You are on a thing and you're like, okay, there's the obvious obstacle. I'm going to avoid that. And then something else pops you in the face and you're like, oh, it's whatever. It's like, as soon as you think you got the hang of this little thing, they change immediately overnight or even over the course of a day. And it's a whole new thing. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, I didn't know. Oh shit. And you're just like exhausted. And I won't say bloodied, but certainly you feel pretty fucking beat up by the end of the day. So yeah,
I wanted to do that course. I mean, I wouldn't have made it very far.
The guy we went with,
yeah,
came out with a bloody nose.
Yeah, because they're punching you in the face. I mean, that's exactly what's happening.
I remember his name was Michael Yo, lovely guy. He was our correspondent, and we went out, and he went out, and he was like cocky as shit because he's like, I used to play high school football in college. You know, I think Miami, like the Hurricane, like like a legitimate football team. He played football. I don't know if I don't know if he started or whatever, but he was like, I'm an athlete. I got this, and he had done maybe Fear Factor or something. So he knew the executive producer, Matt Kunitz, who was like, you're going to be great. You're in like whatever.
Just
like
commit.
Cotton jogging pants and a t-shirt. Everybody else is in wetsuits. He's like, I don't need that shit. I'm not even going to touch the water. And
the production team doesn't want you there.
Fucked him up.
Yeah.
And they're like,
we're going to go deep on this guy.
He tried to quit halfway through.
Yeah. When you get some big balls
and he's
like jump on the balls.
He tried to swim to the wrong side, and they came out, started yelling at him, no, you got to keep going. And the stage manager at the time, I don't know who this person was, sidled up next to me. He's like, this is a direct quote, so don't get mad at me. He's like, man, we got fat bitches from Michigan that can do this shit. I was like, I don't know that guy. I'm not with him. I don't know who the stage manager was, but you're watching you're watching all manner of shape and size person go through this thing. Yeah. And they're obviously getting their asses kicked, but they're getting through. And our guy, and at the end, they told him, the reason you're not able to finish this is because of those pants that you're wearing, because you wouldn't wear a wetsuit. Because they're just weighing you down. Like it's an extra 10 pounds on your, those wet cotton pants of yours, those wet jogging pants are just adding weight to your body. So you're fucked. We knew you were fucked from the moment you got up there. And
they were looking forward to it.
Yes.
So they probably turned on everything a little bit harsher than they probably would have for anybody else.
He was bleeding from the nose. Oh my God. And I do remember being like, I want to do this. And the people that work there being like, people come out of there like sprained wrists, broken fingers and shit. There's a real,
you sign your life away for that thing.
Yeah.
You're on the hook.
Mm-hmm. We're watching the new one. It's on TBS and TNT. McKenna's, she works with those networks. So we're watching.
Oh, good.
It's fun. It's just fun to watch. It's fun to watch. You got if it's 10, not now, but before when it was we got, 25 minutes before we normally head to bed, let's just throw on Wipeout and watch people get fucked up for 20 minutes before we.
I watched that for seasons. John Henson, we worked with on Talk Soup.
Yeah.
And he, it's kind of an interesting hosting role for him and the other guy, because I can't tell whether anything of it's off the cuff or if they watch the episode after it's shot and then they have them kind of correspond.
Both.
Yeah.
So now it's Nicole Byer and John Cena. And then the field reporter is Camille Kostek. I think that's how you say her name. And
was that the one when we did it, or did they change?
No. Yeah, no, they're all new people.
Everybody's okay.
Yeah, and so they do the live commentary for the very final one of the day, the big super challenge. They've got Nicole and John in a booth watching, kind of like you would see on Ninja Warrior. I can't remember, Matt Eisman and Akbar, is that his name? Shit, I can't remember. He's a super nice guy, but
they're both nice guys.
Yeah, they are fantastic dudes. And Zuri, and they've got them there on the sidelines doing the live commentary. But with Wipeout, it's they shoot all of the people back to back to back during the day, and then I think they choose who they're going to use, and then cut the episode down, and then I think they add the commentary in as in VO after the fact for the daytime stuff.
It's interesting how they set it up because people that aren't in Hollywood, there's very interesting ways that they do this, that they put them in a field, and that this whole thing's set up in a very large field.
Yeah, like a huge empty field.
Yeah. And so you've got all this empty space and then this incredible obstacle course.
Just a gigantic obstacle course.
And then you just watch people getting their asses kicked.
Oh my God.
As they're running through this thing.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And, you know, all of us, we've shot all this stuff, but what was like the craziest thing you've had to do? Like we mentioned Chippendales before and things like that, but you've had to go through.
The craziest thing that I personally have done was probably a 0G flight. We talked about that. Yeah, that was probably the craziest thing. That was like the most rarefied.
Well, what's the second one?
The second one of let's see. I don't know. I mean, I had so many, like I got made up like a zombie by Greg Nicotero, the guy who created the zombies for The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
The executive producer of The Walking Dead. Like when that show started to pop, I got that opportunity. And that was a week where it was such a wild week. I went to Vegas and went ziplining with Hannah. Now her name is Hannah Jeter. I can't remember what her name was before, but she was the insert on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. It was like this cover was Kate Upton, and then in the upper corner was Hannah. And so she and I went ziplining down Fremont Street in Vegas, landed, went and did the high dive, like the jumped off the 30-meter platform, whatever it is, 10-meter platform at the Pasadena pool for splash, and then like the Thursday went and got made up like a zombie by Greg Nicotero. So that was probably that.
Did you throw up? Was there any throwing up?
No, not that time. I did jump off the high dive. You know, the 10-meter platform. I think it's 10. It's 30 feet in the air.
30 feet.
You can see straight through to the bottom. And so you get a little bit of like, oh my God, this feels really fucking high up. Yeah. And so in one take, I do the thing and then jump off. And then Jerry's like, I want to get it from the ground. So I go through it again. And if you lean, like they want you to, you know, on splash, they were like doing tricks and not, you know, I'm not doing a fucking trick. I'm not going to land on my back. They just want you to like kind of pencil dive in. That's like the safest thing to do.
Who are the stars on that? There was like Louis Anderson,
Camille, not Camille, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yep.
I can't remember who else, but I leaned back.
That was an interesting show.
I sat back like a little bit and I had bruises on the back of my thighs for like a week and a half. Yeah. Just a little bit, just from going, instead of like being like this, I was like this, from this to this. And I had giant bruises. People got fucked up on that show too. You could pop your inner ear like a snowboarder.
Yeah.
Because you're basically hitting, if you hit the water wrong, it's like hitting the ground.
Right.
And so this dude,
it's like cliff diving, like in Virginia.
Like, fuck it. And he like did a flip or whatever, like a rodeo, and landed on his side and like kind of fucked himself up.
Not to bring up more crazy shit that we did when we were kids, but in Virginia, they had this quarry, and the quarry had a 50-foot cliff.
Yeah.
And you just launch yourself off this thing. And we didn't know it was in the bottom of we just see if the guy that was willing to go first made it.
If he came back up, it's probably all right.
But that's no joke. That's a 5-story building.
Yeah, that's really far. That's really far. I think I've always thought about that with cliff diving. Crazy. It seems like you don't know what's down there.
No,
that was always my thing. The fall, okay, sure, could be scary, but the idea of like piercing that water and then hitting a rock and exploding my ankle, like that always seemed like I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
Yeah, we didn't care. Again, it's amazing we're alive.
Yeah.
Or I'm alive. Actually, it's interesting. Like last week, you saying that you didn't get any of this stuff. Anything, even college. Like you didn't do any
pranks,
crazy and not necessarily pranks, but
when I was in high school, we did one of those. We called it the chicken and stovetop, where we told friend, we were like 16 or something like that, 15 or 16.
Make it good.
We told everybody's parents that we were going to the other one's house, and we went into New York for a show. I can't remember what the show was. It was like a whatever. I can't remember what it was, but we did that. That was probably a number. That was sort of like the standard thing.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that doesn't feel that crazy.
No, it's not. Oh my gosh.
I don't know, man.
Who am I doing this with?
Maybe there are things that I'm just like, I don't know, whatever.
You blocked them out. They were so bad that you're
no, I mean, I don't know. Like, again, I don't know. I didn't like TP anybody's house.
Because you're not milquetoast.
No, but I don't know. We went to like parties and stuff, but I did go to a house party with a girl, and the cops came, and they like surrounded the house. And so I didn't do it.
You had to run.
Couldn't run because when you ran, the cops were in the fucking woods in the back of the house. Also, there was nowhere to go. It wasn't like you could run through the neighborhood. Again, you were like down a half-mile driveway.
That's funny. You must have grown up in a town like I did. I grew up in a northern, Virginia, and then moved to Northern California. But the cops didn't have much to do. And so something would happen, and you've got the entire
and they're all there.
Team.
Every single one. Every
one of them. They're all there.
Yes. Yeah.
You're like, I have a flat tire, man.
Yeah. You're like, how did you get
I got it.
What is this, like a SWAT operation? I don't understand. How did you get back there?
This
is a high school kids party. I didn't know any of these kids.
Nobody's drunk. We're just changing the tire.
Yeah.
No, in my scenario.
I don't know. Well, they tried to change a tire drunk. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So I don't know. There may be things, but nothing that comes to mind as like,
fun,
really like extreme.
Yeah.
No, it was all like, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, maybe you are milquetoast.
Staying up late and hanging out. I don't know.
That's funny.
I don't know.
To transition, my sister came over the other night with her son, and that's always fun. But what was interesting was the first thing she said when she walked in was, "You've been double vaccinated," and somebody just told me that if you put a magnet on your arm where you're vaccinated, it'll stick. It'll stick on your arm.
Did you believe that?
I said, Mandy, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
Let's get a magnet.
Let's get a magnet. And jokingly, when I was in Williamsburg for my parents' 50th, this isn't political, but there was the most ridiculous Trump, Ivana, and Barron like fridge sticker. And I was like, gotta get that.
Barron?
Yeah.
The kid?
Just the one kid.
The youngest kid?
Yeah. So
what about the brothers? No,
they're not. They weren't there. They weren't available that day.
For the sticker? Oh my God.
No, that's for a fridge magnet.
No, that's what I mean. For the fridge magnet? Oh my God. That's fucking funny.
So I bought it as a joke, and it's in a drawer, and I put it on my arm, and of course it fell off. She's like, no, that's not the right kind of magnet. So I got another magnet. I put that on my arm, and it fell off. I said, this is ridiculous, right? And she said, oh, now I feel like an idiot. She's a professor.
Did she try it?
No, she didn't have a magnet, but she's a professor.
Of what?
For a college, communications and things like that. But a friend of hers was like, no, it works. That's what they're saying. You put a magnet on there because they put all this metal in you.
You got to be aware of that. Did I say this on this podcast? I was with somebody and they were like, made a joke about Bill Gates microchipping people. And I was like, if Bill Gates microchipped most people, their IQ points would jump up a few. Most people would probably benefit from Bill Gates controlling their brain a little bit.
You certainly wouldn't believe a magnet's going to stick to your arm.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. Like, I don't know where this stuff comes from, but
I have no idea. It's just like the Wild West of the internet, right? Like people are saying whatever crazy thing, and then whatever crazy thing, it's like, it just sounds just plausible enough to some people to share it and pass it on. And before you know it, it's like, oh, this is a legitimate, what do you call it? Conspiracy theory.
Well, yeah. But so I asked my sister if somebody had actually done that, the person that told her about it. And she's like, oh, I don't know. I didn't ask. I said, well, you're disseminating this information. You probably should ask if she had a magnet sticking to her arm.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous.
Yes. I feel like
they're inoculating you from something that could potentially make you very sick.
Yes. Yeah. Plus, like, hello, you're worried about a fucking microchip. Got no problem carrying one of these around everywhere with you, though.
Exactly.
Something that's sending your goddamn GPS signal to a fucking satellite and then down to a communications company. No problem with this.
You're just holding it on your head.
This is all good. You're like, I don't want them to know where I am. Hello, they fucking know where you are. They know exactly what you're doing. Google knows exactly what you're looking up.
Exactly.
It seems like the idea of it being a microchip, like you're some sort of fucking puppy or something.
We had a friend at work that went to the IT department, and because you'd use the VPN through the IT department, and he said, can you see what I'm looking up? And they said, yeah.
Yeah, of course they can.
And now we're going to go see what you're looking up. I said, why would you go ask people that? You put yourself on the radar. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, no.
At that point, your best case scenario is porn.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that's your best case scenario. It's like you're looking up porn at work. It's like, well, not great, but we'll forgive you. Anything other than that, and you got a fucking problem.
Well, but it's who would even think to do that unless you're guilty of something? It's like walking into the police station and be like, do you have any unsolved murders? No.
You guys can't tell a metal detector couldn't tell where you buried a body, right?
I'm just asking. Can I go on the ride along that you're going to now do?
That's funny. I know people.
Oh, I did a ride along once. That was crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In like your ne'er-do-well high school years, or like as an adult?
No, as an adult.
Oh, okay.
I was in the process of becoming a police officer at one point, and part of that was riding along. And I mean, I went through the whole process. I went through the interview process with all the sergeants and everything, and passed everything. And they're like, have you ever smoked weed? I was like, oh, fuck. I'm serious. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Because back then, I mean, this is a long time ago. Back then, it wasn't legal and all that stuff. And so, but I went through the polygraph and the interview process and all that shit. And I got like a 95% until I said, well, yeah, I've tried weed.
And they were like, oh, you're going to jail, bitch.
What was funny was one of the sergeants came into the room. This is not in my notes. I don't even know where this is coming from. But one of the sergeants came in the room, and they did good cop, bad cop kind of thing. So one of the guys came in, was very nice, and just, hey, welcome to the thing. The next guy came in and just trashed me, like just came at me hard with questions about this and that. And I'm totally honest. I just tell them what's going on. And then
because you're not under arrest.
No, but he's kind of showing the way it works.
He's doing the thing. He's got, he's
which is yeah. So it's because they're trying to, they're vetting people. And I passed all that. And it was funny because he was so mad in the room. And the second we left the room, he's like, all right, well, that went well. Good job.
Oh.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, you guys are diabolical.
I
think I'm changing my mind.
Yeah. Is there a bathroom I need to I'm not saying that I shit my pants. I'm just saying I need to go to the bathroom right now.
Yeah. It was funny because the committee, they asked what I do, and I told them what I did, and they're like, why would you want to do this? You've got a great job. That doesn't make any sense. I was like, I don't know. I got the interview and figured I'd take it. I mean, I'll take any interview.
Yeah.
I just didn't know it was going to be 7 of them and one guy screaming at me.
That's why I stopped playing hockey in high school. I can't even talk today. Like,
did you take Dayquil?
No. I'm on a very low amount of sleep. I'm definitely aging faster in the last 2 weeks than I have at any point in my life. That's why I quit. I quit hockey because I was like, I don't feel like first time we like lost a game to a competitor, like a serious competitor, and it was very close. And our coach came back and yelled at us, and I was like, I don't think I need this anymore. I'm good. I don't have that like, well, I'm going to step up and show you. I was like, well, I don't think this is for me anymore. See you guys.
That's interesting.
I'm a quitter, Pete. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Don't quit this. We are a smash hit.
I'm not going to need to quit this, Pete.
You know what? This is actually, to be honest with you, this is good.
This is going to snuff itself out.
This is good. But it also keeps you on your toes. So if for no other reason, it keeps you on your toes. And I'm learning to be on my toes.
Yes. That you have toes.
Well, no, but you don't want to get out of practice. You want to have something to show up to do and talk about things. I don't know. Is this going to be a therapy session?
What do you need to talk about? You got to get something off your chest?
No, I'm doing it for you.
Oh, I don't need to get anything off my chest.
Oh, I went down a TikTok wormhole. Have you ever done that?
No, I have not downloaded TikTok.
Oh my God, dude, don't.
I
sat there. It was funny because Bridget had to go to the doctor. And while she was there, I'm just sending her the funniest TikToks. And that's just this nonsense. It's, it is what it is, but they are funny. Mm-hmm. And then I looked at my watch and I was like, it's been an hour and a half. I'm watching this nonsense. So I signed up for TikTok and started sending them out.
Now you're like that's the perfect case study for the rest of the entertainment industry failing.
Well, yeah.
Where you're just like, I don't know. First thing I knew, I was looking at a kid tripping down a flight of stairs. And then an hour and a half later, I was watching cooking videos and I was really genuinely into it or whatever.
I didn't know I loved puppies so much
or whatever the fuck it is. But yeah. And now that's it. And now people are just watching 30-second TikToks instead of whole TV shows and movies and leaving their house.
Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox got pulled over like 2 blocks away, right down the street here.
Did you go over there?
No, Bridget drove by and she was going to take a photo. And then somebody did do that and sent it to TMZ. I thought that was interesting because he lives around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There is one thing that I did see that.
I don't even know who that is.
Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah. I mean, I know the name and I certainly know who Megan Fox is.
Sure. But she, I don't know. I don't know any music that Machine Gun Kelly makes.
He's a rapper, isn't he?
Sure.
He's a country artist?
I don't think so. But I don't know if it's like, is it hip hop? Is it right? I have no clue. Well, I guess most, I don't know. I have no fucking idea.
I was going to talk about kind of some of the behind the scenes, like Hollywood stuff that we dealt with that is certainly from my point of view.
Let's save it for next week because I got to jump.
You got to jump?
I do.
Well, I miss you already. It's been a wonderful episode of It's Something to Do. I'm not sure if anybody got anything out of this one, but they got a little bit out of the last one.
Do they ever get anything out of any of these?
Yes, of course. us. We rock, Will. We rock. And you're beautiful.
As in, you might as well be watching two literal rocks.
Yes.
Sitting behind microphones.
Maybe
it would be just as engaging.
Maybe we'll see if a shorter episode is more popular than the longer ones. Can you guys
look
just
at it this way? The benefit is there's less to ignore.
Oh, what do we put all this energy into? Hey, I love you, and please tell McKenna congratulations. I was remiss that I didn't say that.
I feel like it came across. It definitely came across.
Okay, I just
Well, if not in the post, the podcast, then in the
gesture,
texts the gesture and also the phone call. So
great, wonderful. Okay.
But yeah, she's got to go to an appointment, and I'm on duty. I gotta step up.
Right on. You're doing awesome.
Always on duty. I'm always.
You're being an amazing father, and
Thank you.
It's fun to catch up. All right,
Thanks, brother. All right, talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.